My name's Alex Lord. I'm a technologist here at Newcastle University. My job is to manage the bioimaging facility, which is a suite of high-end microscopes in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. So Cell Detectives is a group of scientists here at Newcastle University, technologists like myself, but also academics and students. We provide access to high-end instrumentation, which we can bring with us to events, but also we can use through the internet. We can get ties in with technology that's running in situ here at Newcastle University. Our whole idea is to make it easy for academics to access that technology and for us to put events on to engage with the public. We have many contacts in local schools, and the schools themselves get in touch with us and ask us to facilitate events either as part of British Science Week, and we're doing something next week for that. We also work with local science centres like the Centre for Life here in Newcastle and the Hancock Museum. Again, they approach us and we deliver activities, either bringing in instrumentation or we can tailor it around whatever theme they've got running at the time within their organisation. We do need some funding in order to put these type of events on, so we can bring our microscopes and stuff into to science centres, to museums, to schools, and it doesn't cost much. We do need funding in order to cover some of the consumable items if we're doing some experiments, to cover purchasing of things that children can take away, such as these wooden microscopes, and that does cost money. Also, with the Cell Detectives, we wanted to make it a little bit more exciting. When we put the event on in 2019 at the Centre for Life, they had a theme on which was superhero science at the time, and we thought, well, how could we plug into that? Could we create ourselves an identity that worked from that type of thing? So without Tilly Hale Award funding, we could not have put on that event, which has also allowed us to grow the event into something that we run more regularly now with schools and local outreach.
The events were largely attended by a lot of children, so it was an opportunity to really explain to them what we do on a day-to-day basis, to show them some of the microscopes, to show them even some of the techniques that we're doing, and maybe hopefully thinking about whether that's something they would like to do in the future.
Every outreach event, whether it's with the Cell Detectives or otherwise, they're always a highlight. You always get asked those really kind of left-of-field type questions that you think, oh, that's a really interesting question. I would never have thought about that.
So definitely it's a good idea to sit and think about your area of expertise and think, well, how would I tell 99% of the population what I do? How would I explain this to somebody that has never even engaged with science before? That's probably the best thing about it.
Particularly talking to children has definitely helped me in the way that I communicate that to people.
It's really rewarding to have a child of whatever age and their parents, all of their grandparents, all talking to you about what you're doing, about what you're demonstrating. So I guess to answer, is there a particular highlight of that? I'd say I can't identify one, but really every event is a highlight for me.